Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds, new face of fear, the Fiend. Those are some of the monikers that have been buried by the WWE, and one moniker in particular that people were so excited for. People couldn't get enough of it. It's now starting to get buried real quick. It only having like 2 official pay-per-view matches, 2 televised matches, whatever you want to call them, and he's stuck in this pretty much limbo on being a superstar for one brand, but wrestling for another brand's championship against a guy that should just take his dumb ass off social media for good. I gotta talk about all the stuff that have been on my mind for the last couple of weeks. There's pretty much seeing this stuff unfolding right here on the HR Black Experience rant. I got a lot of things I want to get on my chest. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot of cussing. Gonna be a lot of stuff that people might be upset about. Guess what? I give no fucks. Just like I'm not gonna give no fucks in this video right now. So Bray Wyatt has been pretty much been buried ever since he started his main roster career. He didn't really do anything down in NXT except for having his nose broken and having a match again with Chris Jericho. That was pretty decent. He led Harper and Rollins to the tag team titles. That was pretty much it. He went on the main roster. First gimmick. Second gimmick being the new version of the Undertaker. He lost to the Undertaker at WrestleMania 31. And ever since everything after that, it would just continue to get worse for him. Until he just, took a break from WWE after he won the WWE Championship, which was pretty much one of the most forgetful title reigns in WWE history since he was a transitional champion. He lost it at Randy Orton just two years, just a couple weeks after he won it at WrestleMania 33. But we started seeing these vignettes, 2 years later, we started seeing these vignettes. Started seeing a Buzzard, Abigail Doll, and a week later we saw the 5 Funhouse. And after I saw the first episode of 5 Funhouse, I went to the POD Hustle Facebook group page and I posted, okay, how do we fuck this up this time? And I got a little bit of heat for that. But can you blame me? Can you blame me for thinking that, assuming that they gotta bury the fuck out of this guy in this new gimmick? No, you can't. Because after they have the 5 Funhouse, they show the Fiend, the debut of the Fiend. And yeah, the look, the concept of it, very cool, very creepy. I liked it. And then they started having him appear at WWE TV. His first victim, Finn Balor. He attacked Finn Balor, and after that he attacked Mick Foley, and Kurt Angle, and Jerry Lawler. He actually had his torch passed to him by Mick Foley, with Mick Foley pretty much giving him the Mandible Claw. And that would be pretty cool. Until after Night Champions, when he attacked Seth Rollins. And it was rumored before the match between Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins for the U.S. Championship that the Fiend Bray Wyatt would challenge for the U.S. Championship at Hell in a Cell against either Strowman or Rollins. And this is after the Fiend defeated Finn Balor at SummerSlam in a 3-minute squash match. And a lot of people were disappointed that he didn't beat the Demon. He needed to beat the Demon to be relevant or be like a big win. Dude, it didn't matter if it was the Demon or regular Finn Balor. Balor is a former Euro champion, the first ever Euro champion, 2-time IC champion, the longest reigning NXT champion. A win to win. Stop fucking bitching. And after Night Champions, when he attacked Seth Rollins, it was confirmed that Rollins would indeed defend the Euro Championship against the Fiend Bray Wyatt inside Hell in a Cell. And week after week, you're seeing Bray Wyatt doing the same shit, doing the manual claw to Rollins, and in the process during the build-up to Hell in a Cell, he did it to Kane and Braun Strowman. And you would think that since he attacked Kane and Braun Strowman, you would think that one of them got to be, interfere and cost the Fiend the championship, or that's how they would do the whole referee stoppage or DQ. But no, didn't happen. Hell in a Cell comes around. Fiend, Rollins, Euro Championship match. Red Lion was just dumb as fuck. And I don't understand why they did this. You seen what happened with Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch at the first Hell in a Cell match of the night, and they did all this crazy shit, and hitting each other with steel chairs in the face, having ladders thrown in their faces, put through tables. Sasha Banks standing there breaking Becky Lynch's arm using the steel door. Chains being involved. But God forbid you use a sledgehammer to hit somebody in the face while your opponent's face is pretty much again is buried, covered in a ladder or a chair and tables, whatever the fuck it was. And that happens, and you hit somebody with a sledgehammer. Match is over. DQ, referee stoppage, whatever. This is just some bunch of horse shit. It was, especially when you had the same situation happen last year in Hell in a Cell, when Brock Lesnar attacking Strowman and Roman Reigns, and it was pretty much no contest. And this year, I would rather have Kane. I would rather have Braun Strowman attack one of these guys and pretty much have a no contest. It'd be better than the shit we had 2 weeks ago. And people want people like Peter Rosenturd, that punk ass bitch, the shill of the WWE, the marktard of all marktards. This guy want to come out on social media talking about we shouldn't be mad at the fact that the Fiend didn't win the championship at Hell in a Cell or in DQ or referee stoppage. We should be mad about Kofi Kingston losing the WWE championship in 5 seconds. Let me enlighten your dumb ass, okay, Rosenturd. I don't give a damn if you don't see this video, but let me enlighten your dumb ass for a second. We were upset. A lot of us were upset that Kofi Kingston pretty much got squashed in 5 seconds. We knew it was gonna be a squash match, but not in 5 fucking seconds. We were mad about that for 48 hours, till we saw that shit we saw at Hell in a Cell with the referee stopping the match for no reason whatsoever, and having the fans chant, "Restart the match." AEW bullshit. Refund. They were pissed the fuck off that this shit happened, cause after watching Hell in a Cell for the past 20 years, none of this shit happened. None of this not be happening inside Hell in a Cell. I mean, you're going through hell. That's the whole concept of Hell in a Cell. Is like pulling your opponent through hell. So why the fuck did this match end in a referee stoppage? Because Bray Wyatt wasn't moving. his body wasn't moving. That's the excuse you want lay out there, Seth Rollins, talking about. Oh well, I believe Mick Foley and Undertaker would have been happy if their match were referee stopped this. That we would have Mick Foley have a great long career. You need to shut the fuck up. You need to shut the fuck up. Give your phone to your boyfriend Becky Lynch and take a break from social media. I don't know who's worse on social media, your punk ass or Webby Sky's punk ass. Always starting fights with any other motherfucker on social media. Talking pretty much happy that Ashley Machado is dead. That's just you and her should be banned from Twitter. Just take a break from Twitter. Take a break from social media because your punk asses deserve a break. And it's funny how freaking H.R. Brown can get banned from Twitter, but people like Webby Sky and Seth Rollins don't get banned. What's up with that? But fast forward to this week, Bray Wyatt get another side of the Universal Championship at Crown Jewel, or as Jargo will put it, blood money. This time gonna be a fall anywhere match. Is it gonna be ending in DQ or a count out, or maybe someone would get tapped out by the Fiend, but the referee would say, "Oh, it's pinned only." What kind of fuckery they gotta do with this match? Because I don't think they gotta put the belt on the Fiend. You know, he's supposed to be on SmackDown. Bray Wyatt's on SmackDown, and he's over here fighting for the US Championship. What happened to this? Are they still doing the Wyatt Call Rule? They're still doing the Wyatt Call Rule. That's the dumbass rule that hopefully that we thought the draft was pretty much. Ever since the draft happened, this was supposed to be the end of it. But I guess not. You're allowing Bray Wyatt to come to the wall to challenge your Universal Champion. You're allowing freaking Lacey Evans, who's also on SmackDown, go on the wall, teaming up with Natalia, who's on Wall. See the Wall superstar. Lacey Evans is a SmackDown superstar. What the fuck? We all know that this draft was a bunch of bullshit from the start. Cause you dropped people that were already on there that show. Sure, you had a couple of surprises, having Braun Strowman going to SmackDown. You know, he had really been part of SmackDown as a superstar for that brand. But that's it. Bray Wyatt, the Fiend character might be just ruined at this point, especially if you're having Seth Rollins burn down the 5-5 Funhouse. Yeah, Seth Rollins actually burned down something, but I think it's the 2 years too late. I mean, and not only that, they also not only they get being advertised for blood money for the World Championship, they also being advertised for November 4th for Monday Night Raw in the Buffalo, New York, Long Island. And it's still a case. I mean, just fucking end it all. Just end this whole Fiend gimmick, because a lot of us don't give a shit anymore, and even 2K people at 2K don't give a shit about the Fiend, because a lot of people expect him to be like a 90 overall, but he's only 86. So the people that make 2K20, the 2K games, they don't give a shit about Bray Wyatt. Why should I give a shit about him? Why should everybody from the POE Hustle give a shit about him? Why should everybody from Jaime Mia Group give a shit about the Fiend at this point? We don't care anymore. WWE pretty much ruined this whole gimmick from the start, letting this guy fight for the championship. You know, he wasn't ready. Now, what are they gonna do from here? But that's a question for another day. Let me know down below what you think about WWE pretty much ruining the Fiend. How you feel about Seth Rollins saying what he said on social media about how on this fuckery or just the stupidity coming out of his mouth. And what do you think is next for the Fiend? Do you think they're gonna put the title on this guy on the Universal Championship at Crown Jewel, or down the line? I mean, at this point I just don't give a shit about the Fiend and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, you just need to just turn heel already. I know it's not gonna make a difference, but just turn heel. The fans turn on you. Getting booed out of the building like Roman Reigns was back in the day. And once upon a time, it was all about Roman Reigns. Now it's all about Seth Rollins. And you're not doing yourself any favors by talking shit on social media. But I digress. Let me know what you think about this down below. I'm Michael Davis, HR Black. Like the video, subscribe, tap the bell. I'm out.